Okay, the next step we need to do or connect this out ink or outside the printers. Even the normal Epson printer with ink run into inside the printers. That's not where for the continue print. So we need to move them out. Okay, just move. Okay. Then in the packing we're becoming some tools to help us to connect. And this one be the soft tube or connect with the ink. Okay, and then also we have a with the ink bottle. That's way for receiving the with the ink. Okay. And here also have a small tool. This will help us to for connect this one for both sides. Okay, doing connect both sides. This one be more care. And the last we also use this one to help to sure no any leaking inside the printers. That we can do at the last. Okay. And this one. Okay. Then you can cut. So this with ink. This table is more longer, then we can connect the with ink tank out. So for this cover, we need to use a tool to make a hole that we can connect the with ink out from this cover through this cover and come back outside of these printers. Okay, so even we can just move two of them. Okay, the first one is even around the lever. You can see the with the ink lever must be around the same with the printers. That's will make a hole this side and throw inside this place. Okay, the first one be here and throw this side. Okay. You also can mark here first. Okay, then right now we just even to do. Okay, and then on our side we put here. Okay. So later we can throw this ink tube and okay, so which ink should be ready after we connect inside these ink bottles. Okay. Make sure this hole in the top of the bottle have a small hole that's for running air out. Okay. Okay. Now to check a few minutes later, the glue should be dry. Okay. And then that's we can to try this small roller to be easy to moving running. Okay. No any more glue run into this one. That's the normal. Okay. So easy to move to running. Okay. Now we should be to inside back this part and later we connect the ink system. The first thing we connect for the left side, that be should doing more care. Okay, and here to be and the jig wheel here. This two parts. Okay. So you need to take each of these two parts in place. Okay, we install back mostly the left side first, then throw this rim in place. Okay, then can be easy to. Okay, now we to check more this all of them in place of connect. We lock back all of them, screw back. Okay, now we should be locked down this part and this screw. Okay, just half of them, so this last one. Same. Turn it in place. Okay, the next step when we will be try to connect this ink system for the printers. Okay, also this should be through this hole. Okay, that way you okay, so you can see. And then we also need to install one piece of this tool for lockdown the play in place of this side. Okay. Here also have a smart. Just throwing this up. And now throw this tube here. Okay, and then later we also need to be adjustments in this tube. Okay. And we try to install this all of the color, this color damper first. The ink order is the first one. First one is yellow, the black, then white, and the next one is the magenta cyan. Okay. Because this is just a demo video, even you already have ink for start to working, that's better. You can fill ink for the ink system and also suck all air out of the damper, then install the printer. That be better. Okay. So now we just try install this empty class first. Okay. We also have a video for how to refill the ink for this system, just following our channel, so you can watch more video for how to working with this DTF Printing. Okay, so we are trying to install. Then first, this, even you hear the click, that means the damper is in place, of the print head. Okay. The last one, cyan, magenta. Okay, so we make all of them. The right side and the left side, these two of them is for working with the white. Is run out. Okay, adjust the. Then we can connect this damper on both sides. Okay, it should be working. See this side. Okay, connect. Make sure it's in place of the holes. A little more hard, but that's we make sure without any leaking. Okay. And this damper even use this damper beam very more care. It's easy to be leaking even with throw anything shock and also by our hands. Okay. Now try to install them. Even you see fair the ink and the soak air out from the damper, that would be 1 time to finish this job. Okay. Just trying, and this is the one. We just handle this both sides. Do not touch more of this the film of both sides. That will be easy to broken. And also this part that we usually need to placement after 2 or 3 workers printing. Okay, that's very important. Okay, so this is the normal. Of the covers. So we need to do something, and to be cut a hole inside this printer. That is one our finish. It also can be cut a little more smaller, and also here to keep. That's a way to make sure to not stop the ink run out. That way we can throw this ink tube into this place. That's very important, that ink running with the small tank. Okay. Now we need to be adjustment this size of the ink tube. Okay, make sure to be the end left, right to left. Okay, so then we need to be asking some more, and okay, giving some more. Okay, let's be, and also to be running to the right side 1 or 2 times. That way should be okay. Okay, this is the one. Okay, and we try to move this the film, and see, this should be installed back, and we can try install this piece in this hole. Now we also need to adjustment this ink tube to the right place to be complete size of this film. Okay. and try install this in the hole and lock down with this black plastic part. Okay. Here also have a screw. Okay. So this end of this frame will be locked down with this part. Okay, too easy to see. Okay. To move right, this will be out. So even we okay. And before we get back this cover, we need to make sure all of the ink tube that's aware connect for ink is running. Okay. And then now we will be to cover back this one to see this side should be easy to ink run out with these dampers. That we should be make a small hole. Ink tube through this the small hole to the left side, and okay. Now that should be ready for lock this screw. Okay. So at the last, we also need to try to one more check this ink tube to be running. Okay, see, we need to give in 1 little more. Okay, that's not enough. And one more testing. Okay, so this ink system we should be ready to replace for the white inks. Even when we turn on the ink system, this white color should be auto running this smaller tank and through this soft tube and running to these smaller dampers. Okay, so the more inks will run back with the out tank. This motor keep it working. That's for we keep the right ink, keep the wear style for continue print. Okay, so at the least we should be keep all the black cover back. Okay, this one. Okay, to install them back. Screw, okay, lock half. Now for both sides. Okay. Lock in place. Okay. So this step we ready to keep the top cover back. So even we ready to install this cover back here, also for this cut in the top, we also need to do a little more cut. This is more tool. That will be for this smaller tank here for easily working. And then now we need to ready this cable to throw this part first. Okay. Okay, we need to throw this cable. Keeping this in place. Make sure all of them in place on both sides. Okay, that we can install back both of school for lockdown. Here, first one. And also in the middle one. And inside both sides of the black, each one of side. Okay, then we can install back each right and the left side of this covers. So this, even we take out, this is outside, so even we lock back with should be just keep this one in place. Here, the first one make to put back and the outside put down. Okay, just put down and now they're in place. And our side, and put down. Okay, they're in place. This one, the left one. And connect this one first, this side first. Just put back. Okay. Then we can connect this power control board. Remember, this point connect this side, the point to point. Okay. Do not touch this point by our hands. Okay, just here. Make sure slowly and carefully. Okay. When you hear the click, that means in place. And now, you also can check this two of this bar. Install them first. Okay. And also the another side here. Then push them down. Push them down. Okay. Go back. At the last, we need to be put back this last part. Okay, and lock each three pieces of screw. Then that will be finished to modify with the printers. we will be finished to modify these printers. And our printer with this tree inside a heater in the back side that will help drying fast. And here have a connector to be connected with these systems. Okay. Even you just buy in this the DIY the class systems also interested in this one, you should be contact our CISS to get the full of them. Okay. Now we finish to the ink system and connect this plate. We can do a test running the printer if ready or not. Okay. So normally this printer needs to a power supplier for and the same connect with the printers. Okay. To merge if anything or any score is running inside the printers, that will be dent our printers looking weird. And to merge checking if this curves can be easy to running left to right. Okay, that will be very important. Okay, at the last, just keep these curves to push to the end of right side. Okay, we can to try turn on the printer to check the state of the printers. Okay, please power connect the first. Okay, just forget to connect the power, then we're doing the test. Okay, to check the printer. Okay, even we're ready to connect the ink system, try to check if anything inside the printers, and then we can easily to move this tabs left to right and right to the left. Okay, one more time. Need to be easy to move in. Okay, and push them to the end of right side, and they connect the printer to check. The normally printer should be ready. Okay. Okay, this printer even will fill the ink for each colors and keep the smaller air plug all are open. And you can see even when connect the power for this ink system. Here is a control. You can see. Okay. Normally we're running around 15 to 18 around. This is for adjustment this heater, and also this motor and circulatory ink system supplier. And push this button and then let it on. This will be working. Okay, this motor will be working. Keep the ink out running, and after a few seconds, the ink will be auto filling for this smaller tank. Okay, you can see. Okay, this printer already have a job. Just we click, it will be ready to do a print. Remember, before do printing, that we need to check the loader. That's our color wheel. That we can do a print. Okay. You can see this small tank to fill in the ink, and this print color first, then white. Okay, then this heater will be a few. You can hit here a few heart. That will be help to dry faster for the print. That will be help a lot for drop in the powder, the second powder. Okay.